All right, welcome back as we head to the top of the first here, and it's 0-0, not 3-0. There we go. Got that fixed. Kaylee Schlecht is the batter here. First out of the inning on strikes. All right. Got the lineup put together, and once again, I was told it was exactly the same as last game, and they have Katie and Kayla flipped around again in the lineup. So, so Kayla Tingley will advance over to third now instead of Katie, and Katie is the batter. There we go. Now we got it flip-flopped. 3 balls and a strike. Full count now. 1 away, 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're having a great afternoon. And first game ended 18-4 in favor of the Burros. Right now it's 0-0 here in the top of the first. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 away. Runner on third is Kayla Tingley. And Katie Tingley, the batter, and she'll be walked. That puts runners on the corners. Tingley and Tingley on first and third, bringing up Maddie Olson. Taking off for second. And now throw home. Did you get her? They got her. Kayla Tingley gets tagged out on her way home. Katie Tingley gets over to third. That's 2 away now. Maddie Olson facing a count of what the scoreboard says, 1 ball, no strike. Talked to head coach Corey Erickson. He said that he had his team down for 19 in that last game. I told him I had him down for 21, so certainly some discrepancy, but the official final score, 18-4. Now coming across for a strike. 1-1. I want to be fouled away. As we make an adjustment on our camera there, somehow it got tilted down. We apologize for that. Swing and a miss for a strike. And that'll be a strikeout, and that'll end the inning. We'll head now to the bottom of the first. You're in camera. All right, so the Burros switch over to their white jerseys here in game number 2. We're in their blue jerseys in game 1. And we do believe that it is going to be Maddie Mathis, Mackenzie Iverson, and Sage Forsyth, batters 1, 2, and 3 here for the Burros. And that will indeed be the case. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors, including Game Time, Halstead Telephone Company, serving the Hillsboro and the surrounding area, telephone and internet needs. As well as our honorary sponsors, Fargo South Booster Club and North Fargo Softball. Certainly appreciate all their support, and our viewers who have made donations. Appreciate that as well. Bottom of the first now, and 6 minutes into the game. Actually, it's probably closer to 10 minutes as I was entering in lineups while we were playing the top half of that first inning there. One ball, one strike. Burros officially, according to the scoreboard, scored 8 in the top half of the in the bottom half of the first inning the last time. The two teams switch here on the scoreboard as far as who's home and away. So just an FYI, Hillsboro Central Valley on your scoreboard on the top is actually the home team, and they play the bottom half of the inning. So keep that in mind. As Mathis gets on with a single. Brings up Mackenzie Iverson, who was a perfect 4 for 4 in game number 1 today. Forsyth on deck with Nicole Hurt right behind her. Nobody out. We could see them unless somebody bats into a double play here. Here's the pitch. Runner takes off and heading to second. No throw will be made. Maddie Mathis in on the stolen base, and the pitch comes across for ball number 1. And that one come across for a ball, and now Mathis is going to take off for third. So she's in on scoring position now, and well, she was in scoring position already. Now she's just a little bit closer, and 2 balls, no strikes. Make it 3 balls, no strikes to Mackenzie Iverson. Sunny and 65 right now. That's where we started at the start of the first game. It cooled down, and then it went up to 66, and now it's come back down to 65. So we're right where we started at earlier this afternoon. I'll bring up the junior Sage Forsyth now with the runners on corners, including Iverson, the senior, on first, Mathis, the junior, on second. Katie Tingley, the one pitching here for the Falcons. Pitch comes across for a strike. And now throw up to second will not be made as they're trying to make sure that Mathis doesn't score from third. That allows Iverson a free steal at second. 1-1 the count to Forsyth. That one will hit the dirt, and that'll come across for ball 2, excuse me. Forsyth will pop that one into left field. Running in for it. Nice grab there by Gruba, the 8th grader. And that's one away here for the Burros. They'll strand runners on second and third for the moment and bring up Nicole Hurt. So Nicole Hurt will try and bat in the first run of the game here. And that pitch will come down a little bit low for a ball. And that one will be a ball as well, 2-0. Seven pitches, 5 balls, 2 strikes. And there's a strike called by the ump. Once again, runners on second and third. The batter is Nicole Hurt, the senior. 3 balls and a strike with 1 away. No score here, bottom of the first. That one's going to be fouled, nearly booted there by head coach Corey.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
And they call that a strike. And you go from 1 strike to 3 strikes. And who knows? All right, so that brings up Noella Kritzberger. Once again, runners on second and third for the Burros. 2 away, no score, and that one will be grounded out in the shallow center field. Scoring Mathis from first, rounding third is Mackenzie Iverson, and it's 2-0 on a 2-run RBI double. Caitlin Ensign, the next batter up. Batter number 6 in the lineup. They went through the whole batting lineup in the first inning of the last game right now, and they're 3 away from doing the same thing here. But there is 2 away this time. They had nobody out when they went through the lineup that time, the first game. That pitch comes across for a strike. She was 3 of 4 in the last game. She would fly out to center, and that'd be the only time that she didn't get on base. Strike 1. 2-0 lead here for Hillsboro Central Valley once again. Hillsboro Central Valley, the home team here in game number 2. And rounding third is Kritzberger to make it 3-0. And Corey Erickson's going to call time here. Looks like we'll have a courtesy runner here for Kritzberger. And that courtesy runner is going to be, let's see here, Sarah Steen. She's a freshman for the Burros.
16 for 4.
Molly Knutsvig, the batter. One ball, one strike now. Sarah Steen, the courtesy runner on second. Molly Knutsvig, the batter. 3-0 in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley here in game number 2 of the doubleheader from Enderlin, North Dakota. Sunny and 65. Certainly appreciate you tuning in today. It's been a good one so far. Not too hot, not too cold. It's been just right, at least in my opinion anyway. So here's the pitch. That comes inside for a ball, we believe. 2-1. Make it 3-1. The windup in the delivery, a little, okay, that's a strike. What's this count now? 3-2 with 2 away. Okay, sounds good. That one's gonna go right on the center field. A line drive. It'll be a single, and they thought about rounding third. Now Corey Erickson's gonna hold up Steen at third, so we have runners on the corner here. Knutsvig at first, Steen over to third on the single to center field. That'll bring up Jillian Hurt, sophomore. She was perfect in the last game. Reached base on all of her at-bats. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. It's the windup. Now I want to be hit into the gap in center field, and that will score Steen from third. It's going to be an RBI double for sure, and that's going to put Knutsvig at third. So Hurt on with an RBI double. And that scores Steen from third and pushes Knutsvig on to third. So you have runners on second and third now, and it's 4-0 the Burros lead. And a strike across the plate. Tatiana Egan, the batter for the Burros. She'll swing. That'll go right into the glove of Rayleigh Bartholomew. Over to Maddie Olson for the 4-3 ground out to end the inning. And that will leave 2 stranded on base. And we'll head now to the, I believe, the top of the second. We'll see here. 4-0 in favor of the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. And we should see Danica Wendell, Rayleigh Bartholomew, and Sydney Barstead after this beverage break here on the ND Sports Channel. right, welcome back. Top of the second here, as you may have seen. I don't know if you could hear that in the background. Turn the microphone off, but even the umpire agreed with me that there may have been a missed run in that game. And, well, yeah, if he can come to me and say that, then by all means, that's awesome. It means I don't have to say it, and I don't have to take the grief for anything, so that I might say. Danica Wendell is the batter. 1 ball, 1 strike. She was 2 for 2 in the last game.
Ball.
2 balls and a strike. Once again, top of the second here in Enderlin Maple Valley in their red jerseys up to bat. The two teams flip-flopped home and away on the scoreboard. We kept them as is here on our scoreboard on the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Noella Kritzberger. That one comes a little bit low for a ball. 3 balls and a strike and 2 strikes.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
And they'll call that ball 4. That will put her, Rayleigh Bartholomew, the sophomore, on first base on the walk, and that brings up, I'm sorry, Danica Wendell, the junior, on first with the walk, and that brings up the sophomore, Rayleigh Bartholomew. 20 minutes into the ball game here. First pitch, a little high for a ball. Noella Kritzberger pitching here for Hillsboro Central Valley. Around the bases, Nicole Hurd at first, Tatiana Egan at second, Sage Forsyth, the sophomore, the junior at shortstop, Molly Knutsvig, the junior, at third. Here's the pitch. And that goes in for a strike. Throw back up to first, not in time. 1-1 the count. Maddie Matheson left. Morgan Chandler, the sophomore, out in right field, and Mackenzie Iverson, the senior, in center field. As the pitch comes up high for a ball. 2-1 the count now to the batter, Rayleigh Bartholomew, the sophomore here for Enderlin Maple Valley. Sunny and 65. Certainly appreciate all those who watched game 1. This game, a little bit more competitive than the game 1 was so far. 4-0 in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley, and there's no dispute on that score. That is actually the score, 4-0. 2 balls and a strike now for Bartholomew. Kritzberger pitching, and behind the plate is Caitlin Ensign catching the pitches from Kritzberger as that goes up high for a ball. So, I don't know. The ump put his hands up saying the count was 2-1. You throw a ball and walk them on 3 balls. So and that one was just below the ankles, and that's called a strike. I mean, it was over the plate, but there's no question about that one. That's a strike. 0-2 now, officially. Ooh, and that one hit her in the helmet. She'll get on to the first there. That's Barstead, the batter. That'll bring up Genevieve Gruba, the 8th grader. That'll load up the bases here for the Falcons, and the tying run coming to the plate with nobody out here in the top half of the second inning. Good swing of the bat here and can make things really interesting. Up high for a ball, and that's another thing you got to be careful here too. You're throwing a lot of balls, 19 balls on 32 pitches for Kritzberger. She's only thrown 13 strikes so far. And last thing you want to do is walk-in batters from third. Walk-in runners from third is what I meant to say. And that won't come across for a strike, and I agree with that strike. 1-1. Not that it matters if I agree with it or not, but I like to make a comment every now and then. And here's the pitch. Up high for a ball, 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Swing and a miss for a strike 2. The batter, Genevieve Gruba, nobody out. Bases are loaded. Wendell on third, Bartholomew on second, Barstead on first. Barstead, I should say, on first. And up high for a ball. So now it's a full count, 3-2.
Now it's full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Kritzberger, the sophomore in the circle here for the Burros, pitching. And that's a full count to the batter, Genevieve Gruba, the 8th grader for the Falcons. And here's the pitch up high for a ball, and that'll make it 4-1 as Wendell will come in from third on the walk. And that'll bring up Jamie Vavra, the 8th grader. Kritzberger will deliver the pitch in for a strike. Nice pitch there by the sophomore in the circle for the Burros. As we hit the 25-minute mark of the ball game now. Once again, nobody out. Bases are still loaded. 1 run scored on the walk to Gruba, putting her on first. Barstead on second, and advancing Bartholomew over to third. That pitch, that 0-1 pitch, came across for, I missed it. One and 1 or 0-2. We'll find out here on this pitch. And that one is going to be a pass ball. Bartholomew's going to score from third. That makes it 4-2. Time will be called so the ump can clear the sand off the home plate there. So on the pass ball, Bartholomew comes home. The other runners advance as well. So Barstead moves over to third, Gruba up to second. Nobody on first now on the base. There's one free base here. And that one comes across for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Okay, I had 2 strikes. Play it home, out. That is correct. All right, so Gruba advances over to third. And now there's 1 away. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and he's saying it caught the corner. 4 strike 3. Strikeout looking. Puts 2 down here for the Falcons and brings up Kaylee Schlack, top of the order now. And Schlack is showing bunt with Gruba on third for the Falcons. And they've cut the lead in half now. It's 4-2. And that bunt will miss for a strike. She struck out swinging her last time at the plate here for the Falcons. Kritzberger have her down for 42 pitches, 23 balls, 19 strikes. And she'll pull the bunt back again, and let's see here. I think they called that a ball, which 1-1 is indeed the case. Showed bunt 3 times, called a strike on the first one, called balls on second and the third one. Throw up the third, keeps Gruba on the third base bag for the moment. There's 2 away and a 2 balls, 1 strike count to Kaylee Schlack, top of the order here. And they're saying that that one went off the bat, foul. Now the 2 umpires will get together and have a discussion. That'll give us a chance to say thanks to a few of our sponsors, including Quality Home Restorations, Fargo South Booster Club, North Fargo Softball Club, and proudly cheering on the Burros here, Halstead Telephone Company, sponsoring this broadcast. Certainly appreciate that. They serve Hillsboro and the surrounding area with all your telephone and internet needs and more. And that one comes up high for a ball. 29 minutes into the game, and we have a full count. Yes, we do. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on third is the 8th grader, Genevieve Gruba, and the batter, Kaylee Schleck. Up high for a ball. Now runners on the corners, and that brings up Kayla Tingley, the senior. That's a strike. Play, throw back to home, saying that they got her. So Gruba gets tagged out at home, and that will end the inning. And we'll head down to the bottom of the second. It's 4-2. The Burros have the lead. Back after this beverage break here on the ND Sports Channel.
Give it a ride.
All right, welcome back. Bottom of the second here, and leading things off will be MJ Pruneda for the Hillsboro Central Valley Burros. We'll also see Carson Skager, a junior, and Kate Onus, a 7th grader. Ah, no, we will not. No, we will not. I just now noticed that this is batter 10 in the lineup here. We need to fix that. All right, so let's take a look here. I believe it should be Maddie Mathis if I'm counting my spots in the lineup right, and that will indeed be the case. She'll reach first, and that'll bring up Mackenzie Iverson. 34 minutes into the ball game, Iverson 0 for 0. She was walked last time she was at the plate. Here for the Burros, who lead 4-2 in the bottom of the second, and now a running bunt attempt will go across the plate as a strike, but Mathis will take off for second and make it there safely. Fouled away down the third base line. That's good for a strike. 0-2 the count. I keep looking over my shoulder to the right to make sure that the scoreboard matches what I have. After that first game, I'm not sure how confident I am in what I write into my scorebook. That is a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and that will allow Mathis to get over to third.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
There's the windup from Tingley, and that will come down a little bit low for a ball. 2-2. That's what the scoreboard has, too. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Do have our crowd mic right behind home plate there, so it should catch any verbal commands that the umpire makes. That should be a ball. 3-2. And that'll be 4 balls. So Maddie Mathis on third, Mackenzie Iverson on first. That brings up the junior now, Sage Forseth, who flied out to left field her last time at bat. The tornado siren testing will start now, and Forseth will bunt that and make it to first as a result. Maybe, I have to look back at the scoreboard. I think that was the first time in the last 3 at-bats that she got on base, and it came with a very loud sound effect. So that loads the bases now. Nicole Hurt, the senior, struck out last time she was at the plate. She was caught window shopping. And here's the windup from Tingley, and that one goes into the dirt. That would be 2 balls and a strike now to Nicole Hurt. Maddie Mathis, the runner on third. Mackenzie Iverson, the runner on second. Sage Forseth, the runner on first. Nicole Hurt, the batter. 2 balls, 1 strike. Make it 3 balls, 1 strike.
3-1.
And the 3-1 comes up high, and that makes it 5-2, as that'll walk in Maddie Mathis. Advancing Iverson over to third, Forseth up to second, Nicole Hurt on first with the walk, and that brings up Noella Kritzberger. Pitcher versus pitcher battle here. And that one will be fouled away for strike 1. Prior to that, she was 1 for 1 in this game with a double out into shallow center last time at the plate. Once again, bases are loaded with nobody out or no one count here to Kritzberger. Here's the pitch. Ball goes into the dirt. 1-1. Even things up.
Tap into that power, Kate.
And she'll get hit by a pitch, and that will walk in another run to make it 6-2 as Iverson comes in from third. Kritzberger hit by a pitch will advance Nicole Hurd up to second, and Sage Forsyth over to third, and brings up Caitlin Ensign, who's 1 for 1 with a double to shallow center last time at the plate. And they're saying that's a ball, so we'll go with it. 1-0. The windup and the delivery. That one will go into the dirt for a ball. 2-0. So it's 4-0 Burrows after the bottom of the first, as the Falcons did not score in the top half of that inning. They would get 2 back, and now the Burrows have gotten those 2 that they got back. 1 more scores. Tag out on Hurd at third, I believe, anyway. Oh, no. They're saying that she's safe.
Time.
All right, so Molly Knutsvig will come up.
Thank you.
7-2 now, the Burrows lead. 40 minutes into the ball game. Bases remain loaded now with nobody out still, and that pitch to Molly Knutsvig goes in for ball 1. Knutsvig singled to center field her last time at the plate. And here's the windup in the delivery, and she'll send that one right past the glove of the shortstop, Kayla Tingley, out into shallow left. 1 run scores to make it 8-2, and another run scores to make it 9-2.
Jack, I'll take a time.
Time.
So Kaylin Ensign, there we go, on third. Molly Knutsvig will be the runner on first here. And Jillian Hurt will be the batter. But first, a conference in the circle here for the Falcons. Just after 6 o'clock here on the ND Sports Channel. Certainly appreciate you tuning in. Thank our sponsors, including Game Time, as well as Halstead Telephone Company, serving Hillsboro and the surrounding area with your telephone and internet needs and more. As well as Fargo South Booster Club and the North Fargo Softball Club for giving us some financial donations as well as some equipment donations. And then as well as our viewers. Especially a handful from Fargo North, some from Thompson, some from Hillsboro Central Valley area, and a few others all sending in donations over the last few months. We certainly appreciate that. That one's popped up, looked like it was coming my way, and it'll drop right in front of the Falcon dugout for strike 1. Runners on the corners once again. You got Knutsvig on first, Ensign on third. Jillian Hurt is the batter, 1 for 1 with a double into center field their last time at the plate. Here's the windup from Tingley, and that one's going to go on to left field, and running for it, couldn't quite make the grab. Scoring is Ensign from third. Knutsvig is going to round second, and she'll be held up at third, and it's a 1-run RBI double for Jillian Hurt out into deep left field. And that makes it 10-2 in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley. And we'll have a courtesy runner for Jillian Hurt, and that's going to be Carson Sager, the junior. So Carson Sager will come in, take over the running responsibilities there at second base, and Molly Knutsvig, the runner, on third.
Hold it.
Tatiana Egan, the runner here, or the batter, excuse me, at the plate. the windup and the delivery from Tingley, and that comes low, and it will hold the runners there. Ball one as the ball rolls into the backstop. Knutsvig is held on third. 1-0, still nobody out here in the bottom of the second. 10-2 as that one comes up in the strike zone for a ball. 2-0. You heard me correctly, folks. There's a swing and a miss for a strike. So 2-1 now. That one's popped up. That one's going into center, running for it, and making the grab is Kaylee Schlecht. Knutsvig will stay at third. She will not tag. And that'll bring up Maddie Mathis back to the top of the order here. One away. Mathis 1 for 1, a single and a walk in those two appearances, and a strike there on the first pitch from Katie Tingley, who's in the circle. Tingley ever down for 53 pitches now, 28 balls and 25 strikes. 45 minutes into game number 2. And that'll be bunted right down the first base line. She's going to run that one out, and she does, and that's going to score Knutsvig from third. And that's 11-2 on the bunt RBI single by Maddie Mathis. That advances Carson Skager over to third. She bunted that right down the first base line. And now runners remain on the corners for Mackenzie Iverson. Carson Skager, the runner on third. Maddie Mathis on first. Iverson 0 for 0. She was walked and walked her last 2 times at the plate. This next pitch will be 57 for... That one's fouled up and just to the left of the pink garbage can over there by the playground. 1-2 the count. One away, 11-2 in favor of Hillsboro Central Valley. Here in the bottom half of the second inning once again. 10-run rule would go into effect in 5 innings. A 15-run rule if they lead by 15 after 3. That would end the game as well. Now I'll be whacked right. Ooh, and it took a bad hop off right where the ground meets the grass and rolls out into left field as a result. Both Skager and Mathis score to make it 13-2. And Iverson's on second as a result. Really wasn't the fault of anybody there. Just hit right where the dirt meets the grass. It hit that little area there and just popped up and went over the glove and out into left field. And there's nothing the Falcons could do about that one. So once again, Iverson, the runner on second here. The batter is Sage Forseth. 1 for 2, fly out and a bunt, and now she'll take that pitch for a strike. 2-1 the count. So right now the 10-run rule will go into effect if this one stands, and that one will be popped out into left field. Iverson will be held up at third. It's good for a single for Forseth, and that'll bring up Nicole Hurt. Hurts 0 for 1, struck out, and then was walked her most recent trip to the plate. 48 minutes into game number 2 here. And that is a strike, a low strike. 0-1 the count to Nicole Hurt. And that one be right into center field. A grounder takes a few hops into the glove of Kaylee Schleck. Rounding third is Sage Forseth, and now it is 15-2 as Iverson scored and Forseth scoring from first. So it's a 2-run RBI single for Nicole Hurt. And it's 15-2 in favor of the Burros. And we'll have a courtesy runner here for Nicole Hurt, and that courtesy runner will be, let's see here, that is MJ Pruneda, the junior. Will take over the running responsibilities at first base here, and now the batter is Noella Kritzberger, 1 for 1. She doubled out in the center field her first time at the plate, and then their most recent trip she was hit by a pitch. Swing and a miss there as Pruneda thought about possibly taking off, but she'll back up. 0-1 now to Kritzberger. Caitlin Ensign is on deck. That one comes a little bit low, and taking off is Pruneda, and she'll make it into second, no problem. 1-1 the count to Kritzberger. One away, 15-2. That one's popped up. That one will go foul, and no play will be able to be made on that one. Good for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on second is Pruneda, the junior for the Burros. And here's the pitch from Tingley. Up high for a ball, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 pitches away from 70, 50 minutes into the ball game here for Katie Tingley. And that one will be tipped foul back into the backstop. It'll remain 2-2.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And that one over the head of the shortstop out into center field. That will score Pruneda from second, and it'll be 16-2 on an RBI double for Noella Kritzberger, bringing up Caitlin Ensign. Still 1 away. Kritzberger, the runner on second now. And Caitlin Ensign, the juniors, 2 for 2. A double to center field and an infield single her last time at the plate. And that pitch comes in for a ball. Here's the windup and the delivery from Tingley. Swing and a miss. They'll even up the count at 1-1. The Burros have scored 12 in this inning so far, and they only have 1 out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 1 away and possibly a pitch from being 2 away here, which would be good news here for the Enderlin Maple Valley Falcons. 73 pitches, according to my numbers here for Tingley, and that's pitch 74 outside for a ball to even up the count at 2-2. Runner on second once again is Noella Kritzberger. That's pitcher in game 2 here for the Burros. The batter is Caitlin Ensign, and here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Ensign's down on strike swinging. 2 away, bringing up Molly Knutsvig, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles. 1 to center field, 1 to left field. Let's see if she goes to right field this time. Runner on second, once again, it's Kritzberger. She's going to send that one out into center field. And they are going to hold up Kritzberger at third. It's good for a single for Knutsvig. And she's 3 for 3 now, and that brings up Jillian Hurt, who's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. A double to center field and a double to left field, and we'll see if she doubles to right field this time. Does that sound familiar? Here's the windup from Tingley. Outside for a ball, says the ump. Runner on third is Kritzberger. You got Knutsvig here on first. – 16-2. They're calling that one a strike. 1-1. Bottom of the second inning here. Burros need 1 more run to get that 15-run lead. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
One ball, 2 strikes.
We still have another inning to work with as well.
Go, Carson.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away, 2 runners on. Knutsvik on first, Kritzberger on third. Here's the pitch, down low for a strike. And that'll end the inning as a result. So it's a 14-run lead heading into the top half of the third. We'll be back after this on the ND Sports Channel.
So then hit a home run, come in, and warm up. No pressure. Oh, you're fine. Like, oh my God. Sorry. Acting like me.
Yeah, it takes a while to warm up, right?
Next play.
All right, welcome back. Top of the third inning here. 14-run lead for the Burros, 16-2. Kayla Tingley, the batter here for the Falcons. First pitch, ball 1. Tingley was 2 for 3 in the last game. Swing and a miss on a pitch down low to even up the count at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Up high for a ball. 2-1. 2 away. It's 16-2 here in the top of the third inning. That one comes up a little high for another ball. 3-1.
There, gotta be swinging.
And that'll be a ball that walks Kayla Tingley after first and brings up Katie Tingley, who was also walked her last 2 times at the plate in this game. She's 0 for 0 with 2 walks. And Maddie Olson is on deck for the Falcons. Kritzberger still pitching. The pitch comes across for a strike. Inside looks at first to hold Kayla Tingley, the runner at first. Kayla Tingley at first, Katie Tingley the batter. Here's the pitch from Kritzberger up high for a ball. Nice grab there by Ensign to make sure it went into her glove and not any further back than that. Otherwise, Kayla Tingley may have been on second as a result. Here's the windup and the delivery, and that one comes outside, and now we'll give Kayla Tingley a chance to get the second, and she'll get in there no problem on the pass ball. 2 balls and a strike. We'll say this game going much, much better as far as keeping track of the correct stats in comparison to that first game, which was, for lack of better wording, a headache. That one's fouled away, and it hits the left tire of a white pickup truck.
Come on, Steven, 2-2.
Rather have it hit a tire than any other part of the car. Tire's rubber, so. 2-2 as a result of that fouled away pitch here by Katie Tingley. And that pitch comes down low into the dirt for a ball, and that should make it a full count, and it does at 3-2.
On full, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
3-2 the count. And that's ball 4. That'll bring up Maddie Olson, a junior, 0 for 1, struck out swinging the last time at the plate. Here's the windup from Kritzberger. That one's popped up foul, heading over the Falcon dugout. And Athletic Director Calvin Kraft will pick that one up and send it back to his team. That one's up high. Now Tingley will advance from first and second to second and third. One ball, 1 strike, nobody out. 2 runners in scoring position as we hit the 1 hour mark of the ball game here. That pitch up high for a ball. So 2 balls and a strike now. Now it'll be fouled away over the backstop. 2-2. Don't forget, coming up tomorrow, we'll have some softball action for you. It'll be Fargo North Spartans and the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs. As Olson will get thrown out at first, the throw back to home not in time. So the Falcons get 1 to make it 16-3. Scoreboard says 15-2. I guarantee you it's 16-3. Guarantee it.
One up.
So 16-3, Katie Tingley, the runner on third. Danica Wendell now. Oh, no balls and 1 strike. Make it no balls and 2 strikes. Scoreboard says 15-3. They took a point away from Hillsboro when they should have added it to Enderlin Maple Valley. It was 16-2, and then it was 15-2, and then 15-3. So the score on your screen is right, 16-13, or 16-3, excuse me. That'll be fouled away into the home plate. 1-2 remains the count. That one comes down low, and that'll be 16-4 now as Katie Tingley will score from third. So it's a 12-run lead now. Bases are empty, and Danica Wendell, the batter, has a full count at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Up high for ball 4, and now the bases are no longer empty. And that'll bring up Rayleigh Bartholomew, the senior or sophomore, excuse me. Down low for a ball 1. Bartholomew has walked her last and only trip to the plate so far in this game. It's her second plate appearance in game number 2. Here's the windup and the delivery. And a throw back up to first is not in time. Wendell safe. 2 balls, no strikes to Bartholomew. The 14-run lead has been cut down to 12 now. And that one comes in for ball 3.
3 balls, no strikes.
North Star defeats Rugby 10-0 in Region 5 baseball. That was a 5-inning score as that comes in for ball 4. And now you have runners on first and second. And Sydney Barstead, who was hit by a pitch last time and only time at the plate in this game so far. And now we'll have a conference here with head coach Corey Erickson at the mound for the, in the circle, excuse me, for the Burros. 16-4. Scoreboard still shows 15-4, but it is 16. Kritzberger will remain in the circle here for the Burros. Once again, Rayleigh Bartholomew on first, Danica Wendell, the runner on second here for the Enderlin Maple Valley Falcons. And Sydney Barstead, 0 for 0, hit by a pitch last time at the plate. And we'll see if Kritzberger can avoid that this time. Nice pitch there. Comes in for strike 1. Next pitch for Kritzberger will be 77 according to my numbers. Here's the windup in the delivery, and that one comes inside for a ball. 1-1. Up high for a ball. So after throwing the strike, she throws back-to-back balls, and it's 2-1 in favor of Barstead, the sophomore, who's hit by a pitch with 2 runners on, first and second. Bartholomew and Wendell, respectively, there for the Falcons. We trail 16-4. There's 16-2 to start the inning, and there's a swing and a miss, or a half swing and a miss, and it's 2-2 as a result. And a swing and a miss, and that's 2 away now. Bringing up the 8th grader, Genevieve Gruba. So we'll have Fargo North and West Fargo Cheyenne softball for you tomorrow. That's a doubleheader. And then we'll take Wednesday off and we'll head up to Devil's Lake to see the Firebirds host the Fargo North Spartans in a doubleheader. And then the 26th, we'll see Fargo North at home in a doubleheader against Dickinson. So that one's fouled away down the third base line. 0-2 the count now to Gruba. And then we'll head to Castleton on Saturday, bright and early at 9 a.m. 5 games for sure, maybe 6. And get some more Class B softball in on the air for you here. We would be there on Friday, too, but we have that conflict with the other game, so that prevents us from getting there on Friday. But we will be there on Saturday. (16-4), 2 away, top of the third. Gruba, 1 ball, 2 strikes, swing and a miss, and that one in the inning. Led to the bottom of the third now with batters 9, 1, and 2 scheduled for the Burros. after this beverage break here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, we head to the bottom of the third now. And it is indeed 16-4, and after I brought it up, they adjusted the scoreboard to match, so we were right that entire time. Let's see here. Taking a look at some other scores. Once again, North Star defeats Rugby in Region 5 baseball, 10-0 in 5 innings. Let's see here. Grafton defeats Grand Forks Central. Oh, no, check that. Grand Forks Central defeats Grafton 17-3 after 3 innings. And that's all we got for scores at this point in time. If we get anything else coming in, we'll certainly pass that one along. That was popped up in cotton foul territory for out number 1. That was Tatiana Egan, and now they'll bring up Maddie Mathis back to the top of the order here for the Burros. Egan was 0 for 2, and now she's 0 for 3 as she pops up, and that one's going to be popped up, and the catch will be made by the shortstop. And that's 2 up, 2 down here for the Burros. Bringing up Mackenzie Iverson. Probably the quickest inning of either game, assuming that it ends here with Mackenzie Iverson. No balls on a strike. She's 1 for 1. She was walked. She was walked again, and then her last plate appearance, she would double. And now she faces a 1-ball, 1-strike count. And that one will be batted, gloved up there by Tingley, and the throw to first, not in time. It's an infield single, bringing up Sage Forseth. Forseth is 2 for 3, a fly out to left field, a reach base on a bunt down the third base line, and then a single out into shallow left her last time. And not sure if she was thinking of a bunt, then pulled it back and wanted to swing, but whatever the case was, it was a strike, 0-1. 1 hour, 12 minutes into ball game number 2. And Forseth will bat that one right over to Barstead. Barstead cannot get it over to Maddie Olson in time. That will score Mackenzie Iverson from first. Forseth will get credit for the single since she was over halfway to the base. And then she will advance to second on an error. So that makes it 17-4 now. And Nicole Hurt, the batter. That one comes up a little high for a ball, and there was a pitch before that one, and they're saying 2 balls and a strike on the scoreboard. I'm not sure if that's accurate.
Ball 3-0.
3 balls, no strikes. There we go. Now the scoreboard reflects 3-0. Here's the windup from Tingley. And Nicole Hurt will pop that one up left field, and making the grab is Genevieve Gruba, and that will end the inning. So it's probably one of the quicker innings, not unofficial, of course, but we'll go now to the top of the 4th with the Burros leading by 13, 17-4. We'll keep it right here during the break. Thank a few of our sponsors, including Fargo South Booster Club, the North Fargo Softball Club, as well as Game Time and Halstead Telephone Company, serving Hillsboro and the surrounding area, cheering on the Burros in today's game. You can get a hold of them for all your telephone and internet needs. HTC, it's how to connect. Noella Kritzberger stays in the circle here for the top half of the 4th inning. I have her down for 84 pitches so far in this one. You can split that up into 48 balls and 36 strikes. And well, looks like we'll have a new first baseman.
Defensively don't matter. So you just got.
And coming in for Nicole Hurt at first is Jillian Hurt, the sophomore. We'll just double check to make sure there's no changes anywhere else. I don't think there is. It does not appear so. It appears that's the only change. So to refresh your memory, you got Maddie Mathis on left field, Mackenzie Iverson in center field, Morgan Chandler in right. And then around the bases, you got Jillian Hurt at first now, Tatiana Egan at second, Sage Forseth, the shortstop, Molly Knutsvig at third, Caitlin Ensign behind the plate catching, and Noella Kritzberger, the sophomore, in the circle pitching. And that pitch will come across for a strike to Jamie Varva. That pitch comes up a little bit high. 4 ball. I have 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll see if the ump agrees with that here. He didn't give an official signal there.
Yep. Cool. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. So it would have been, we're in an agreement there. 1 ball, 2 strikes turns into 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count. 0-1, struck out looking her last time at the plate. Here's the pitch from Kritzberger. Comes outside for a ball, 3-2. Next pitch for Kritzberger will be pitch number 90, according to my numbers. Nobody out. Kaylee Schleck, top of the order on deck here for the Falcons. Here's the windup from Kritzberger. Fouled away into the backstop. It'll remain 3-2. 13-run lead here. If the Burros can stretch that to 15 here in the bottom of the 4th, the game will come to an end. Otherwise, if they can maintain a 10-run or higher lead, then this one will end in 5 like the last one did. 18-4 was the official score of the last game. Right now it's 17-4 here in this one. This one a little bit more even in the first couple of innings, but Hillsboro Central Valley starting to pull away with it here in the last couple. Matter of fact, they scored 12 in the bottom of the 2nd, 4 in the bottom of the 1st, 12 in the bottom of the 2nd, 1 in the bottom of the 3rd, and none so far in the bottom of the 4th because it's the top of the 4th right now. Enderlin has gotten none in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and now they're batting here in the 4th. 2 balls, no strikes. Make it 2 balls, 1 strike. Kaylee Schleck, the batter. 0 for 1, struck out swinging her first trip to the plate, and her most recent trip, she was walked. Right now, 2-2, 2-1, reach for that one, and that one will drop into shallow right center. Now put runners on first and second as Schleck's on with a single. Looked like she reached for that one, didn't intend to hit it, but the ball just hit the bat, and well, lucky for her, it was a positive contact made there. That advances Vavra up to second. That brings up Kayla Tingley. I believe it's 1-1. Scoreboard says 2-2. I'm gonna go with 1 ball, 1 strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
Three balls and at least 1 strike. Scoreboard shows 2 strikes. Find out if this is a strike. And it won't be. Oh, it'll find its way into shallow center. And they're gonna send Vavra around third and she will score. 17-5. That'll be an RBI double for Tingley. Moving Kaylee Schleck to third and putting Kayla Tingley on second. Now the batter's Katie Tingley, who is 0 for 0. 3 trips to the plate and 3 walks in this game. And the pitch, and that one's fouled away towards the concession, left side of the concession stand. It's the windup from Kritzberger. That one's going to be smacked out in the center field. 2-hopper into the glove of Mackenzie Iverson, and Iverson will toss it in here to Jillian Hurt, and Hurt will give it back to Kritzberger. And now head coach Corey Erickson is going to come out and say she shouldn't have taken off for second. Umpire agrees, and now Corey Erickson will back off. So now they're just confirming what they called there. So the Falcons get a run there. And that'll be 17-6 as a result. Kaylee Schleck will score from third. And Katie Tingley will be on with a single. She tried to get the second, but said no. So that officially puts runners on the corners, and now a timeout. As the 2 umpires will get together and confer. And now they'll relay their information to Corey Erickson. And they will still continue their chat. Not sure if they're in agreement or what, but I don't know. In my opinion, based upon my knowledge of the rules, the right call was made. Tingley should be put back on first, and we'll see if that is what will end up being the case. Oh, they're going to call her out now. So that, I'm going to guess that they're going to put that into the books as left base early, and that'll be an out. So that puts 1 down here in the top of the 4th. 17-6 is the score. And now there's an official timeout in the circle here for the Burros. The batter's going to be Matty Olson, the junior, who's 0 for 2. Struck out swinging the first time, grounded out her most recent time at the plate. So there's one away here, even though the scoreboard doesn't reflect that. And it's 17-6. It's an 11-run lead for the Burros. That pitch will come up high for a ball. Kayla Tingley is the runner on third. She's a senior this year for the Enderlin High School. She plays all the other sports for the Eagles, basketball, and that's a grounder right over to Egan, who will fire it over into the glove of Jillian Hurt for the 4-3 ground out. Grand Forks Central defeats Grafton 19-3 in game 1. I think we reported that score earlier. So Maddie Olson, the 4-3 ground out, good for out number 2. And Tingley will score on that play to make it 17-7. 2 away, and Danica Wendell, the junior, 0 for 0 with 2 walks on her last 2 trips to the plate. Step up to the plate now and see if she gets walked again, or, well, 1/4 of the way there. Ball up high. Noella Kritzberger unofficially with 105 pitches now. And pitch 106 is in for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Danica Wendell, the junior. And that'll be grounded right down the third base line. Over to Jillian Hurt, stretches, makes the grab, and she's out. That is a 5-3 ground out for the end of the inning. We'll go now to the bottom of the 4th.
She hadn't even stopped. I thought she had to make a decision afterwards. She just stopped. She never went back. She can't continue moving forward.
So 17-7. It's a 10-run lead.
Kind of. Not really, though. Don't you understand here?
They need 5 runs to win it in this inning. Otherwise, it's going to go to 5. Once again, I want to thank our sponsors, including Game Time, Fargo South Booster Club, North Fargo Softball, Halstead Telephone Company in Hillsboro, cheering on the Burros in today's game. Serving Hillsboro and the surrounding area with all your telephone and internet, Wi-Fi needs, and much more. Just give them a call, they'll give you a great deal. At least I'm guessing they will. Head to the bottom of the 4th now. Once again, the Burros were leading 4-0 at the end of 1. And then Enderlin would get 2 back in the top of the 2nd. And the Burros would come back, or in the 2nd inning, the Burros would come back and get 12 in the 2nd inning. Enderlin scored 2, Hillsboro 1 in the 3rd inning, and then Enderlin just got 3 there in the top of the 4th. And now we head to the bottom of the 4th with the Burros batting, and it's going to be, I believe, Noella Kritzberger, who is 2 for 2. Double to center field, then hit by a pitch, and then a double to center field again. So, and we do have a new pitcher. It's going to be Kayla Tingley. So moving over to shortstop will be Katie Tingley. So Kayla Tingley will face Noella Kritzberger, Caitlin Insine, and Molly Knutsvig. Batters 5, 6, and 7 in the Burro lineup. 1 hour, 27 minutes into the ball game so far. Taking a look at the weather forecast. Now we're under a partly cloudy sky, 65 degrees. We could stay in the low to mid 60s here throughout the finish of this one. Sunset set for 8:26 tonight. We'll be out of here long before that happens. Ball 1 to Kritzberger. Once again, 2 for 2. A double, hit by a pitch, and a double in that order on her 3 plate appearances so far in this game. That one comes up high for ball 2. A 10-run lead for the Burros, 17-7. Enderlin getting 3 of those 7 runs in the last inning. That one's a deep shot, center field, and that one's going to bounce and hit the top edge of the fence. Good for at least a double for Kritzberger, and that's where she'll have to put on the brakes as the throw comes into Katie Tingley to make sure that that play ends there at second. Now we'll see what Caitlin Ensign can do with her teammate Kritzberger on second. Inside 2 for 3, a double to center field, an infield single, and then struck out swinging her last time at the plate, and now she takes the first pitch on this triple plate appearance for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Kayla Tingley. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. One of them ended up in center field for a double, but. And that one will be grounded over to third. Barstead will pick it up, fire it into the glove of Maddie Olson. Good for the 5-3 ground out. Kritzberg will end up on third as a result, and now we'll see Molly Knutsvig, the junior, who's 3 for 3 with 3 singles. Center field, and the last 2 singles out into left field. That pitch comes up high for a ball, 1-0. Don't forget, coming up in June here, we have the North Dakota Softball All-Stars Series. We'll have game 1 and 2 in Fargo on June 3rd, and we'll have the skills competition in game 3 in Bismarck on June 4th. And then we'll relax for just shy of a week, and we'll head up to Fargo North High School for the first of 2 matches for the All-Star Volleyball matches. And then the second match will be in Mandan. And we'll be there for both of those All-Star Series. If you'd like to put your business in front of our viewers there, you can check out our website, ndsportschannel.com/let's team up. Get more information on how you can sponsor those events. That one will drop foul. It was a nice shot down in the left field, but it's going to have to take a strike and try and do that one over again. 1 and 2 the count. Here to Molly Knutsvig, the junior, who is 3 for 3 with 3 singles, and Noella Kritzberger, the runner, on third. 17-7, 90 minutes, 1 hour 30 now. Time of the ball game here in number 2. And that one's a deep shot center field. It's going back, and it's going to bounce. That will score. Kritzberger from third. Rounding first is Knutsvig, and she's going to be in on an RBI double to center field. So after the first 3 trips to the plate were single, single, and single, now she doubles the center field. It's an RBI double, scoring Kritzberger to make it 18-7, and that'll bring up Jillian Hurt, 2 for 3, a double-double, and struck out looking her last time at the plate. We'll also have a courtesy runner for Knutsvig on second, and that courtesy runner will be Ellie Weiss. She is an 8th grader for the Burros. And we'll have a new batter, too. It will not be Jillian Hurt. It will instead be Carson Skager, Jr. Here's the first pitch, up high for a ball, 1-0. 1 out, 18-7, 11-run lead now for the Burros. That comes across for a strike on 18 pitches, 9 balls, 9 strikes, and then pitch 19 in for a strike there. So 10 strikes, 9 balls on 19 pitches. That'll miss up high for a ball, so says the ump, and 2-1 the count as a result with 1 away, 18-7 here to the bottom half of the 4th inning. And a swing and a miss for a strike. Sliding at third, and she got there. Ellie Weiss in at third.
Even 2 balls, 2 strikes.
2 balls, 2 strikes. A ball, strike, ball, and a strike. And here's the 2-2. And now be swung on, grounded right over the shortstop, Katie Tingley. Throw to home, not in time, and it's 19-7. And that allows Skager to get on with an RBI single via the fielder's choice. That makes it 19-7 and brings up, let's see here, scheduled batters Egan, and it looks like it is Egan. Tatiana Egan, the sophomore, 0 for 3. A ground out, a fly out, and a fly out. 4-3 ground out, a fly out to center field, and then a pop up down the first base line. In that order on her 3 trips to the plate in game number 2 here. Now come across for a strike. I believe the count's 1-1, even though the scoreboard says 0-1. And that'll be popped and find its way down to shallow center field. Rounding second is Skager. And she'll be in at third, and she will be told by Corey Erickson to stay there as the throw goes into the fence in front of the Borough dugout. Tatiana Egan on with a double. That brings up Maddie Mathis, the junior, 2 for 3, a single, a walk, a bunt single, and a fly out, and a strike for pitch number 1 here. So you got Carson Skager, the junior, on third, Tatiana Egan, the sophomore, on second, and Maddie Mathis, the junior, in the batter's box. And we'll come across for a strike. A ball and 2 strikes now the count to Maddie Mathis. That one's up high, 2-2. Full count, 3-2. 30 pitches now for Kayla Tingley. 16 strikes, 14 balls. 1 hour, 35 minutes into the ball game. Sunny, partly cloudy, and 65, and that's ball 4, and that will load the bases for Mackenzie Iverson, who's 2 for 2. A walk, a double, and a single. Carson Skager, the runner on third. Tatiana Egan, the runner on second. Maddie Mathis, the runner on first. And Mackenzie Iverson, the batter, takes pitch 1 for ball 1. Once again, she's 2 for 2. She walked her first 2 trips to the plate. Then she doubled out into shallow left center, and then an infield single that she was able to run out on what should have been a 1-3 ground out, but it turned out to be an infield single. One's across the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded. And that one will roll out into shallow center field. They'll shall score 2. It'll be a 2-run RBI single for Mackenzie Iverson that puts runners on the corners, advancing Maddie Mathis over to third, scoring Carson Skager and Tatiana Egan, bringing up Sage Forsyth. And Forsyth will take the first pitch for a strike. She's 3 for 4. A fly out to left, and then a single down the third base line, and then an infield single. And then, or no, check that. The single down the third base line, and then a single out into shallow left. And then an infield single. And now this trip to the plate results in a 2-1 count. Start things off here on the first 3 pitches to Forsyth. Once again, runners on the corners. Maddie Mathis on third, Mackenzie Iverson on first. It's 21-7, a 14-point lead here for the Burros. It's a football score, 21-7 here in the bottom of the 4th. Now I want to be fouled away. Swung a little late on that one, came down towards the handle of the bat.
Counts to 2.
2 balls, 2 strikes, that's what I have. The windup in the 2-2, swung on, that one's gonna be popped up. Left field, and Gruba will make the grab. Tagging on first is Mackenzie Iverson, tagging on third is Maddie Mathis, and it's 22-7, and it's a 15-run lead for the Burros. So it's a sacrifice fly out in the left field for Sage Forsyth.
Okay. 3 is re-entering for 20.
That scores Mathis on the tag at third, and Iverson will tag at first to get the second. And now coming in for Nicole Hurt will be MJ Pruneda Jr. Hurt was 1 for 3, and now Pruneda comes in to take over her spot in the batting lineup. Swing and a miss for strike one. Pruneda was 1 for 1 in the first game today. This is her first trip to the plate in game number 2. I just said yesterday, I meant to say earlier today. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now call outside for a ball. 1 and 2 the count with 2 away. Runner on second. There's Mackenzie Iverson, the senior, and now we got MJ Pruneda in the batter's box. That one will be, she'll get a piece of that one. She'll stay alive with a count of 1 and 2. That one comes up high. Good eye there by Pruneda. 2 and 2. Once again, Iverson, the senior, is the runner on second for the Burros, leading by 15, excuse me, 22-7, with 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th. Full count now, 3 and 2, 45 pitches for Kayla Tingley. Make that 46, and a window shopping strikeout there for Pruneda. Now in the inning, we'll go to the top of the 5th, and there'll be one last chance here for the Falcons to try and get at least 1 run. Or no, check that. They would need, let's see here. They would need 6 runs to send this thing to 6 innings. If they don't get 6 runs, this thing will end in the top of the 5th. We'll see what they can do after this on the ND Sports Channel.
I need to look at my lineup card because it changes many times, you know where you're at. Right?
Going down.
Hold on a second. Okay, so two.
Someone's in the way. No, we can throw down and wait. Okay, I'll throw down.
Number 7. Yep, so he's in my flex defensively.
Your face mask.
And your gate. I have 2 in for 8.
What?
Hey, Coach Woodbury.
22.
All right, welcome back. Top of the 5th. Scoreboard in the park here said 21-7. Double check the scorebook, and it is indeed 22-7. So we're 2 for 2 in this game, and starting to wonder if maybe I should have spoke up in the game number 1. But we'll let that one go. Noella Kritzberger in the circle here for the Burros. I unofficially have her down for 107 pitches entering into the 5th inning here. The Falcons need at least 6 runs. If they don't get 6 runs, this one ends here in the top of the 5th.
Get better.
They were able to get 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, and 3 in the 4th. They were held scoreless in the 1st inning. And now they have a chance to bat here in the top of the 5th. And once again, they need at least 6 to push this thing into the bottom of the 5th. Strike 1, Rayleigh Bartholomew, the batter. Noella Kritzberger throws pitch 108 for her 49th strike of the ball game. That one's up high for her 60th ball on 109 pitches. 1 hour 43 minutes into the ball game. This one definitely a little bit longer than the previous one by about, I think it's right around 20 minutes now, if I remember correctly. Swing and a miss, 1-2 the count now to Rayleigh Bartholomew, the sophomore. We'll see Sydney Barstead and Genevieve Gruba for sure this inning. Batters 6, 7, and 8. We'll see if we can get to batters 9 and possibly the top of the order. Enderlin will need to get those batters up here if they want to push this thing into the bottom of the 5th. So we have another new first baseman now. Instead of Jillian Hurt, it'll be Carson Skager, the junior. Around the bases here, we got Egan on second. Forseth still the shortstop, and Knudsick still at third. Pittsburgh still pitching. Bartholomew on first now, and that'll bring up Sydney Barstead. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and struck out swinging. 102 plate appearances so far. Everybody else looking out on the field here is the same. I want a line drive right in front of our station here. Fouled away for a strike.
That way, if you're cool with that, that'd be nice.
Be awake at first.
There you go, Sid. Let's go, Sid.
0-1 to Barstead, and here's the windup from Kritzberger on pitch 110. It's down low for a strike.
No ball.
Pitch 115, excuse me.
All right, Sid, gotta protect now.
Now one's up high for a ball. 1-2, a fouled away pitch, a strike. That maybe should have been a ball, and then a ball.
Let's go, Sid. Let's go, Sid.
Wind up. And that will come in for a ball. So says the home plate ump, and that makes it 2-2. Here's the wind up. Down low into the dirt for a ball, and now it's a full count at 3 balls, 2 strikes. That one comes low. That'll allow Bartholomew to take off for second. Actually, it won't allow her to take off for second. She would get there anyway on the walk. And now Gruba, the 8th grader, steps up to the plate. At least I believe it's Gruba. Yes, it is. The windup in the delivery. In there for a strike. That was a good pitch by Kritzberger there. 120 of them now. 53 of those 120 have been strikes. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Nice hit on the center field. Line drive grab and a nice catch by Mackenzie Iverson. Runners will have to come back. Nice hit and a nice catch. Runners will hold at first and second. Burrows joke out in the outfield, not today. And now Jamie Vavra, the 8th grader, up to the plate here for the Falcons, excuse me. And first pitch comes across for a strike. Once again, 22-7, 1 away, 2 runners on. And the Falcons need 6 to send it to the bottom of the 5th. Otherwise, this one should go final. Off swing directly right into the glove of Skager. She'll pick it up, step on the bag. That's 2 away on the force out at first, or direct ground out, I guess you could say. Runners will advance to second and third on the ground out, and that'll bring up Kaylee Schleck, the top of the order.
Put him across. Just put him across.
So Schleck will foul the first pitch away for a strike. Rayleigh Bartholomew, the runner on third. Sydney Barstad, the runner on second here with 2 away. 2 runners in scoring position. A swing of the bat can make it 22-9 if Schleck can get a good pitch. There's a windup from Kritzberger down low into the dirt, and the runners will hold as that one doesn't quite go far enough, and Ensign's able to track it down before the runners think about taking off. 1-1 the count. And that one will come down a little bit low, and that will be an opportunity for Bartholomew to score. They got her out, and that will end the game. All right, now wrap things up here. Your final score, 22-7. In favor of the Hillsboro. Let's see here. Something's not right there. All right, well, your final score is 22-7, and we'll take a break here and come back after this on the ND Sports Channel.
What do basketball, choir, drama club, and marching band all have in common? They're all high school activities that offer learning opportunities not necessarily found in the classroom. They take up just a fraction of a typical North Dakota high school's budget, and they go a long way to giving young people the tools they need to thrive. High school activities, they're more than extracurricular. They're extra important, too. This message presented by the North Dakota High School Activities Association and the North Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
All right, so once again, your final score, 22-7 here in game number 2. So once again, we'll final score 22-7. Certainly appreciate you joining us here, and we should have these issues that we had today fixed by tomorrow's game. It will be the Fargo North Spartans and the West Fargo Cheyenne Mustangs, a doubleheader starting around 5 o'clock tomorrow from West Fargo Cheyenne High School in West Fargo is where we'll be, and then we'll be up in Devils Lake Thursday, and then we'll be in Fargo on Friday, and then we'll be in Castleton on Saturday, and that'll be all a bunch of softball matchups coming up for you here. A big day on Saturday, a total of 5 games for sure, possibly 6. That Northern Cass game is pending because we have to move fields, and they will start ahead of schedule if the opportunity allows it. So we'll just have to see how that second game ends and how much time we have to move over to the football field for game number 3. So that will be the deciding factor on if we get that game on the air or not. But we'll have 5 games for sure, possibly 6 on Saturday for you. And between now and then, 2 games a day on tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday, and then 5 games on Saturday, possibly 6 right here on the ND Sports Channel. Once again, your final score in game 1, it was 18-4, I believe, if I remember correctly. And then your final here in game number 2, 22-7. Thanks so much for joining us. We certainly appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll talk to you tomorrow from West Fargo Cheyenne High School here on the ND Sports Channel. Have a great night.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the ND Sports Channel. Did you miss any of the game? Check out Game Rewind on our website at ndsportschannel.com.